positive for coronavirus. And now all of the other passengers will be screened before coming off the ship. NBC's Steve Patterson is in Oakland, California, where the ship soon will be docked. Steve, good morning.
Willie, new cases of this virus are now escalating at an alarming rate. Now 19 deaths across the country. Meanwhile, the thousands of people stuck on board that ship are now finally getting answers about when they're getting off. Overnight, welcome news for some of the 3,500 passengers stranded at sea.
Agreement has been reached to bring our ship into the port of Oakland.
The Grand Princess scheduled to dock in Oakland Monday.
President Trump this week signed an $8.3 billion spending package to fight and treat coronavirus. The bill passed Congress with overwhelming bipartisan support, with only 3 GOP lawmakers voting against it. Joining me right now is House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. He is a Republican from California. Good to see you, sir. Thanks very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
3 Republicans voting against it. I don't get that at all in the middle of a crisis, sir.
No, and you'd have to ask them. But what's even worse about this, we should have had this bill a week earlier. The Democrats actually held this bill so Congresswoman Boustros, who runs the DCCC, could run ads against Republicans. There should be no politics in this because, as you said, Maria, this is very serious and we should take it for the seriousness that it should be. $8.3 billion, and it does 3 main things: testing, treatment, and telehealth, which is very important because what you want to do is make sure you have containment, but make sure these people are able to get the treatment they need. And we were able to make a revision in that where people could use technology today to be able to talk to a doctor, not going out and affecting everybody else around them, and make a real difference to this.
So are you going to be able to clear the decks in terms of the vaccine? I mean, the bureaucratic process in terms of getting drug passed through the FDA, is there anything you can do differently in terms of hurrying up to get a vaccine sooner rather than later? I know that there are therapies that we're waiting on as well within the next couple of months.
Yes, we're working on this now, and I just had a number of companies in, and remember, they were with the president this week as well when he also went to NIH and CDC. This is where the ingenuity of American can solve the problem. Just like Ebola, we have a vaccine for that now. You have Gilead already in trials in China and in America on the best way for treatment. You have Johnson & Johnson and other companies right now working on a vaccine. The real challenge here is that China was not forthcoming, was not allowing our scientists, our doctors in when President Trump was requesting it early on in December of last year. And that's why we weren't getting all the information, that you had a CDC kit testing not go out right because we weren't getting the right information. Now that we have it, we know every single day we're learning something more about this. And America will solve this problem, not just for America, but for the rest of the world.
What does this mean for Xi Jinping? I mean, first he had the Hong Kong protesters. Now he's got this. He had swine flu. He's dictator for life. He's got lots of plans for 2030. Is this enough to knock him off his perch?
I don't know if it's enough to knock him off his perch, but you know his standing has had to have fallen along with his country. To deny our doctors to be in there is now affecting the rest of the world.
Vincolo per tutte le persone fisiche in entrata e in uscita dai territori, anche all'interno dei territori. Ci si muoverà quindi solo per comprovate esigenze lavorative, situazioni di necessità, spostamenti per motivi di salute. Poi ancora sono sospese tutte le manifestazioni organizzate, nonché eventi in luogo pubblico o privato, quelle manifestazioni a carattere ludico, culturale, sportivo, religioso, fieristico, ma sono anche sospese tutti gli eventi nei cinema, nei teatri, nei pub, scuole di ballo, sale giochi, sale scommessi, sale bingo, discoteche. Noi quindi non possiamo più permetterci in queste aree aggregazioni di persone. Sono sospese ovviamente le attività didattiche nelle scuole, nelle università, salvo quelle a distanza. Sono sospese anche le cerimonie civili, religiose, ivi comprese anche quelle funebri. Sono consentite le attività di ristorazione e bar, ma dalle 6 alle 18, con obbligo a carico del gestore di predisporre le condizioni per garantire la possibilità del rispetto della distanza di sicurezza interpersonale di almeno 1 metro, con sanzione della sospensione dell'attività in caso di violazione. Stiamo affrontando un'emergenza nazionale. L'abbiamo fatto sin dall'inizio con misure di massima cautela, la stiamo affrontando con consapevolezza, senza sottovalutarle.